If you move into Australia, there are a few things that literally nobody will tell you about living here that you need to know, and they may seem small, but it's going to impact you every day. So you need to know about them. I'm going to run you through them in this video. Firstly, and very importantly, that sun that's right in my eyes right now is super strong in Australia, and that's because the ozone layer in the atmosphere has a massive hole right above Australia. What that means is the sun is way stronger in Australia than the rest of the world pretty much. And so if you get burnt wherever you live, you're gonna get burnt way faster by the sun in Australia. So make sure you're aware of that. Don't go outside for an hour or half an hour, especially in summer, thinking you're gonna be okay. You're not. You're gonna get roasted. You're gonna look like a tomato in about half an hour. So get that sunscreen on, make sure you load up. Sunscreen's not that expensive in Australia. It's much more expensive in other countries, more expensive in India. So buy it, load up, make sure your skin is taken care of. Don't get skin cancer, make sure you take care of yourself. Next is hay fever. I don't know what it is about the pollens in the air in Australia, especially in Melbourne, but I get crazy hay fever, which is allergies. And lots of people, they come back to Melbourne, they come back to Australia, and they get the craziest allergies. Even if there's pollution and dust in India and Delhi, it doesn't compare to the sneezing and itchiness the Melbourne pollen produces. I don't know what it is in the air, but you might get hay fever, you might get crazy allergies in Australia when you get here. So be aware of that. If you feel like you're sneezing and you've got an itchy nose and itchy throat, you might not be sick. You might just be experiencing hay fever that you get destroyed by, that I get destroyed by when I'm back in Australia, back in Melbourne. And luckily, again, you can get little tablets that are super cheap from any supermarket that are going to cure you in like 15, 20 minutes. So make sure you pick them up, but don't freak out if you're sneezing and itchy. You're not sick. Probably just got hay fever. Australia's gonna get you, even if you think you're used to it from pollution. It's a completely different beast, this hay fever. So take care of yourself with those little pills. It's gonna cure you in a heartbeat. The next thing to note is the weather. The weather is super unpredictable in Australia, especially in Melbourne. You can literally experience all 4 seasons in a day. You're gonna have to pack your jacket, you're gonna have to pack your t-shirt, you're gonna have to pack everything because you're gonna get every season, every single day pretty much. Unlike India, for example, where it's hot every day for like 6 months straight, and then it's cold every day and it's raining, and you have your seasons where you experience similar weather conditions day after day. In Australia, pretty much going to be every season, every day, and it's a pain in the ass to manage, but you're gonna have to manage it. So get used to that, and nobody tells you about that. So when you're preparing to move to Australia, even if it's winter, even if it's summer, I recommend you take everything. Just take all your clothes. You're gonna have to be prepared for every season on the day that you land and the week of your arrival. And the last thing that literally nobody will tell you is that magpies, the birds, will literally swoop. If you're anywhere near their nest, they might think you're a danger, and they swoop. They definitely swoop. I think everybody in Melbourne has been swooped by a magpie at some stage. So you might freak out a little bit. Don't stress, it doesn't happen that often. It's not as bad as the spiders and snakes that are everywhere, right? Very few spiders and snakes, especially in the inner cities, but the magpies will swoop. So be aware of that. If you see some magpies in the trees, maybe just walk around if you're scared. But if you're okay, they're not actually gonna hurt you. So, but that's it. Those are 4 things about living in Australia that literally nobody will tell you that you actually need to know. I hope that was useful. If you enjoyed it, make sure you smash that big old subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.